Sail.
Sail.
Hi, welcome to Cantra Horses Club. It's a brilliant high of 25 today here in Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. Shout outs to all of you enjoying the stat holiday.
72.
Who?
72.
Skidoo?
72 degrees.
Why
And my
does where do the hands on the clock go to indicate 72 degrees?
it's a fancy watch.
Is it?
Yeah.
I have a fancy watch too.
It's right here.
It is.
It's right here. You see it right here? It's
Tape
right.
this
Nope.
to my
Wow, I'm really good at
frickin'
this. It's right
arm.
here. See?
Where is my
Right,
tape?
right next to my heartbeat, which is higher than it should be.
1 second here. 1 second to play this fancy watch. This is gonna be
Are you
so
really?
good.
Wow. Never say Corey doesn't commit to a bit, huh?
There.
Beautiful. It's identical. No one would ever be able to tell the difference.
All right, so
Pip curl Corey.
today I have a bit of a slideshow. Just a bit of one.
Just a bit.
Just a taste.
of one.
And a moose bouche.
Uh,
Aperitif.
Aperitif.
No, that's
Aper-
after, isn't it?
Aperitif? No, that's before.
Y'all sit down for this aperitif. Wait, what?
That's not.
That's not. Who's this?
You ding dong.
That's yours. Who put that there? Today, we're doing Blender.
Oh, I'm sorry, Raven. I didn't mean to wake you, baby.
Great.
Go ahead.
So I've done this before on the show. Ow, my elbow.
Oh wow,
sorry.
we're starting off real strong today, huh?
It hurts.
Oh, dude.
So you may be asking yourself, what
How
Blender?
did I get?
How did I? This is what it looks like.
How did I
You
get
boot up the
here?
program,
Ugh.
and I mean, like you read the details, like you know
Yeah,
What?
I definitely read literally anything.
Blender is. You didn't even know it was free. It's free, by the way.
Don't be rude.
Yeah. You
Don't at me in
Fir-
front of everybody.
first. And if you do like some Googling for like helpful tips and tricks, you'll end up with stuff like this, which is like the
That
control
is-
mapping, and it's a little bit intimidating.
That may as well be in a different language.
Right? So instead of that, I'm just going to be referring to the actual documentation that they have on the website.
And I'm going to be
'Cause-
referring to Corey referring to the documentation.
Yeah. So specifically, we're probably going to be spending a lot of today looking at the user interface of the program itself, because I've been using Blender since like, I don't know, late first edition, and they're on 4 now. It's been a long time. I don't know what year, but I kind of roughly know how to click on things, and Az doesn't. So,
One time, like half a year ago, I downloaded Blender and I poked at all of the buttons on the left side that do things to like a sphere, and you could like poke and pull at the sphere. And then I was like, well, I sure am confused. I only kind of understand what I had just happened here. Click, goodbye.
so today, our goals are very simple. We're gonna make a cube. We're gonna make it blue. We're gonna render it out. And if we get that done, today's a success. We're doing it this way, and then there's just that's where you can go if you want that hideous. I mean, it's beautiful. Someone put a lot of work into it.
I'm sure it makes
shortcut map.
that thing is like the type of graphic that assists you once you actually know what the entire thing means.
Yes. So I have Blender 4.2. You have Blender 4.2.
I do.
This is the splash screen.
This is Flender. Flender.
Flint.
Flender.
Well, whew. Good thing we're
I have been having a really bad, horrible time lately with mincing my words together. It's just like, oh, it's been really bad lately, and I don't know why, and I would like it to stop now.
we're mincing words. Okay. All right. All right. Back on track.
Like literally cutting up words and then they get interspliced together. Anyway, Blender.
You're gonna have to click on not the little square thing in the middle. Yep.
Ah!
Oh God!
Oh!
You clicked on it. Oh man.
I made a square. I'm done. DM, I do that. I did the first step.
So
Look at me.
look at you.
I'm so smart.
I'm going to send you the link to the manual. You don't have to look at it right now. I'll be looking at it. It's just for you later.
Okay.
So that's that. I'll post it in chat too, so people can follow along at
Yeah.
home. Where's chat? Here's chat. Okay. Because I have to watch you and me and chat all at the same time.
You don't have to
I
watch
have to
me.
do all of this.
You don't have to watch me. In fact, I would encourage you not to.
Okay.
I just don't need to be embarrassed like that.
So you kind of know how like video game cameras work. You can like swizzle
yes.
around. So
Yes.
if you hold your mouse wheel and move move
like
the mouse.
yep.
Yeah, that's one of the things. Does your keyboard have a number pad on it?
Yeah, it does.
So that's one of the more useful things. If you look in the top right of the window, there's like a little axes thing with ZXY, and it'll rotate while you're rotating. Do the mouse thing again. Swizzle with the mouse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you see it moving up on the right.
Oh,
So-
the axes is yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can click on those to
I have played with a 3D programming before. Yes.
Fine, you do it.
No, you can keep talking to me. I just
Yeah. So I yeah, you recognize what that thing is, but you can click on the little dots with the X and Y and stuff. You can click on those,
yes.
and then
It jumps to that
it
perspective.
jumps to that perspective, and then you can use the number pad on your keyboard for certain angles too. You can toggle whether the buttons increment or go to the face. So I think
Look, I'm making it spin.
I'm just gonna.
Look, Mom, I'm animating.
Look at the default key map.
Oh, poor Corey, so I have to deal with me all day.
I signed up for this.
That's true, you did.
Boop-a-doop-a-doop.
Can I maybe? Ah,
Okay,
Sorry.
so another thing you can do is set up
Uh-huh.
multiple windows. So you can have like multiple camera views.
okay. How do I do that?
I'm clicking on stuff. Window. Camera options. Is it just view?
What does that mean?
All right, you might have to make a new pop-out window and then dock it. Should. I have to find this in the controls. Sorry.
You're okay.
.3D viewport. Workspace settings. All right, I'm gonna look back at chat to see what's up. Maybe they know things. No, they don't
Chat
know
hasn't
anything. They don't
chat
know
hasn't said jack
squat.
shit.
Okay.
They're fucking unhelpful and rude, and I don't like them. That's not true.
Okay. So instead of futzing around with clearly buttons I don't know. Viewpoint, camera. Not in the top menu bar, but in like the one below it, next to where it says object mode. There's a view button. Up top, up
Sorry.
right.
What am I looking for again? Are you
View.
talking about this?
Yeah.
Oh, you just wanted the. Sorry, I thought you were saying. Okay. What am I supposed to do?
If you mouse over, it shows you what the hotkeys are for the different camera angles on like viewpoint.
Okay.
So if you get stuck, you can just like jam on the keyboard and get your view back.
Gotcha. What's the difference between perspective and orthographic?
So you know, like Mario is like side view, like old Super Mario jumping around, and like Zelda is kind of an angular top-down thing.
Yeah,
On this,
yeah.
I'm talking about like the SNES versions. So orthographic, it's locked to just straight on, and then the other perspectives is different angles.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, the 5 on the numpad toggles whether or not you're locked into that. That's the one that I was like.
I poked at it and I was like, what is that?
Hitting 0 on the numpad, that's what the camera object in the scene it can see. You can see what, if you went to render, what your output would look like. Because you can move the camera around too. And
oh, that's what that is. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. Ahaha. Oh, okay. So you can click on it and then okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, neat.
So, oh, you got the okay. On the right hand side, below the little widget for the orientation, there's a little button that wait, where is it? It's to the right actually. There's a little like arrow and the little pop out. It's
What am I yeah, okay. What am I looking for besides an arrow?
What are you looking for besides an arrow?
Tell me what my end goal is for this current instruction, please.
We're gonna lock the camera view to what we're looking at, so we can just kind of move the camera around. Okay. The camera, not just what we're looking through.
Okay. So then, so you want me to click an arrow?
Yeah, there's like a little arrow that pulls out a tab. It's N on the keyboard.
Is it this thing?
Yeah, it's that thing. And then there's view.
Gotcha.
And there's a checkbox, camera to view.
Lock camera to view?
Yeah. So if you go back into the camera view and move your window around, the camera stays with what you're looking at.
Okay, but it's, hold on. Okay, so what am I moving? Are you saying, is this what you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure what my end goal is supposed to be.
It's moving the camera.
Okay.
And then seeing what you're moving, where you're moving it to.
Yeah.
Instead of just dragging it around like an object.
Got you. So this is to move. This is to change the view of the object from the camera's perspective without having to treat the camera as its own object.
The camera is its own object, and
Yes.
you've locked it to what you're looking at.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I understand what what I was trying to do there then.
Yeah. So in like the little the toggly menu that the lock thing is in, you can look at like the transform of whatever currently selected item you have is. And when you move it around, it'll change the numbers and such.
Orthographic means makes things that are the same size appear the same size regardless of how far away they are.
Mhm.
Perspective makes far away things smaller. Okay.
That's the camera. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah, that's the
I'm just
focal
poking
length.
at it.
Yeah.
Yep. Just poking at it.
Uh-huh.
Can you change the folk? Oh, okay. Duh. Scroll wheel. Use your gamer brain as.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Whoop. Hood.
Yeah, that thing. Item is the.
What do you mean? What are you saying? I'm sorry.
Oh, if you're going to unlock the camera, you can do that. That's.
Oh yeah, no. I just brain needs to understand the two versions. You are teaching someone who doesn't learn like normal people do.
Yeah, this is gonna go great. So
Sometimes brain needs to like, okay, you told me to click on a thing,
Yep.
right? And then you were like, okay, this is what it does.
Yep.
So then my brain is like, okay, now I want to see what it does when it's not clicked, so I know exactly what this does, because I don't know what everything in this program does. So I need to know both versions of click on, click off. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I just need to like know, like, okay, now that I know this.
Yeah.
I mean, you tried to teach. You were there when I tried to relearn Flamegraph the other day. It was okay. It went okay. Eventually, it takes my brain.
So right now I'm just trying to get us to a spot where if something goes wrong, we can fix it. So you always have stuff to fall back on if you get lost. But anyways, that little pop out window.
Yep.
There's one for item on the vertical. Yeah. So if you select the cube, you can click and drag on those fields to move it, or you can type in those fields.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
The little lock clicker does what you think it does. It locks it, so you can't. Yeah. So if stuff gets locked down or stuck, or if you move something way off in the distance, you can't see it anymore, you can put it back at 0.
Gotcha.
All right. So let's skip ahead to
long queue.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to. Okay, what?
Some of the different views above the 3D gimbal. There's like it's just options for what this viewport shows.
Okay.
So there's like these little spheres. One's got lines. That's the wireframe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then there's like just a solid object, and then there's uh some like mild lighting, and then there's the render view, which might make your machine slow.
That is possible.
Yeah.
Oopsie. Well,
It did it to me
give
too.
that a second. Yeah, I'm gonna give that a
But
minute.
like my blender's fully crashed.
Oh, goody.
It's fine. It'll be back.
Mine's. Oh, there it went. Okay, we're good now.
You good?
Yeah. My computer likes me more than yours likes you.
Well, my computer's doing a lot right now.
That's true. Your computer is doing more than mine is.
Yes. Okay. So you can I do this? Is it just gonna freeze again? It's gonna try to pull
Yeah.
up the render. Oh, there it is. That's the render view. So yeah, they have different impacts on your machine. So you can
Right.
yeah. All right. There's a lot of other setting stuff below like the scene collection thing. There's
Mhm.
like another toolbar and then a window. So you've got the cube selected. There's right. So like your rendering settings are in there. There's like the little wrench and screwdriver, and below that's a camera. That's your render settings.
Mm-hmm.
There are multiple ways to render stuff in Blender. Some of them are better with like GPUs. That's kind of why you would change the setting. Right now, the render engine should be on Eevee, but I like to use Cycles. It is less intense.
Like the
on...
Pokemon?
Yeah, just like the Pokemon.
Lord Zarna. So this whole thing started because I was like, "Hey Corey, how well do you know Blender?" Because I kind of wanted to poke around and learn how it worked. Because artist interest, whatever. And she was just like, kind of." And then that conversation kind of turned into this, which is teach as literally basic bitch information about how Blender works, and Corey reminds herself slash
Yeah,
probably learns other new things.
basically. Okay, so sampling. That's another section in the bit I'm pointing at. Yeah, it's below where you selected cycles.
Yeah,
So the viewport sampling
word.
is when you hit the button to look at the render view, how many times it tries to look at the thing. So you can turn that number down, the viewport one. That can go like way down to like, I don't know, 200 or something. It can be totally garbage. That should make it faster on my end. Yeah. It'll look a little bit like garbage, but will fix the problem where the machine chokes. The render one is for when you are done and you're actually trying to produce a file. In this case, it's just a 2D image. We're not making a movie.
Right.
You can make a movie. We're not making a movie.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. So
I don't even have a script written.
So like the max samples on the viewport defaults to 1024. People like round numbers like that. They're round in like the exponents of 2 away, like computers are. And 4096 is just more. It's just bigger scale. You can also set like time limit things. So all of these are bits for how to get your image out finally.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. Which I believe is F8, but I will check. Do, 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 do. Can you get it from file? Oh, there it is, F12. All right, up in the top toolbar, there's a render, not toolbar, menu bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
so
render what?
Render image, F12.
Okay.
So
You want me to click that?
yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
So it'll pop up a new window.
I see that.
Yeah. And
That was a fun little blip there for me. Go ahead.
yeah. So that is the sample number,
Mhm.
which is higher than the one that you were running before. But then you get this image, and I'm sharing my full screen and not just the window. So this is what our default cube looks like, and then you can save it.
Save the
You
cube.
can render your result and save it. Don't know anything else.
What do you mean you don't know anything else?
I don't know anything else.
What do you mean you don't? How? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Okay, so I can close that. So let's make our cube a different color. We're gonna actually do
Okay.
something now. So on the right-hand side, in all the settings stuff,
Yeah.
there's one that looks like a circle with a checkerboard on it. If you mouse over, it says material.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That image, that icon matches one of the ones in like the viewport rendering settings up at the top.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
This one.
So you're going to want to take the material that's selected, which is the one that the cube just comes with, and you can change the base color to blue if you want. Or purple. Yep. Yeah, right? Did you just change the metallic? Yeah.
It's so shiny. Oh yeah, it kind of does look like. You know what it kind of looks like? It's the thing that comes down in Reboot.
Yep. Warning, incoming game.
Warning. Incoming game. Anyway.
So you've done it. So let's render.
I did it.
Are you doing it?
Okay. No. You're doing it. Maybe I want to change the angle that I render at. Do you think about that? Maybe.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that's right. You didn't think about that.
Is it right?
I mean, if I'm gonna. Okay, so you said then make it rendery?
I said render it.
Render image.
Do the full render, because
Wow, that sure looks shit. Okay.
it's gonna iterate on
Yeah,
what you're seeing as
I was just
it does the ray tracing
goofy.
and cleans up
Yeah,
your
no,
lighting.
good. I rendered it.
And you save it?
I
Cool.
Okay. I think I did it.
You think you did it? You
I
think you
think I
can
did it.
you can find it again if you need to
I
find it?
think. Yeah?
All right. Whoa.
Oopsie,
I
sorry.
accidentally made my window big. Whew.
You good?
The program's just kind of stuck.
Oh, don't like you.
They don't like me. All right. You're changing the radius on your light.
I mean, I may as well poke at things.
Yeah.
Like, I will learn, but I learn the way I have taught myself every other program prior to now,
It's
which is
poking at
how I
stuff.
probably would have ended up doing. I literally would just poke at stuff.
Yeah.
I poke at stuff and I see what does this do? What does this do?
So that's a point light.
Yeah.
So it's just got a radius
Mm-hmm.
on it. It's got settings like everything else. If you want to twiddle down in the lower zone.
Mm-hmm.
There's also the global settings for light. Like where it's gray everywhere. You can change that.
Oh, okay.
That's the little circle that looks like a globe with the line through it.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. So color, strength, that's the background light, and then there's other settings in there. I think what we want to do now is make a new cube.
Okie dokie.
So you can like at the top add mesh cube, and you have 2 cubes. Add is in the viewport
Oh, I see it.
window. Yeah.
Brain was just like, duh. Mesh. Nope, that not a circle. Well,
Oh no, you've made a circle. It's flat. It's totally flat.
I didn't mean to.
You didn't mean to.
I didn't mean to. I clicked it at the wrong thing. Cube. Oh no, now they're on top of each other.
Yeah. Okay. So with one selected, if you hit G, it'll lock it to your cursor. So you can move it if you want.
What do you mean lock it to my cursor?
I mean, if you have a thing selected.
Oh! Okay, for some reason it didn't do it initially. Apologies.
Yeah. There's also T, I believe, for translate. Let me see. These are some of the things that are in the sidebar on the left.
What does translate mean?
Translate means to move.
Why don't they say move then?
Because it's math.
Math is stupid.
Math is smarter than you. Oh!
There are a lot of things that are smarter than me.
So yeah, they say move. So if you have the cube selected and you click on the left on the move tool, you'll get the little grabbers. Yeah.
This, yeah.
Yeah. And you can, if you're...
Yep.
And the little square icon is like the plane, so you can move it in 2 dimensions on a plane instead of all 3. Does that make sense? There's the arrow points, there's the arrows themselves, and yeah, the little key. Yeah, see?
Gotcha.
And the line color matches the little widget up in the side, so you can see X, Y, Z.
Gotcha. Okie dokie.
Same for rotation. That gives you a little
Oh, right. The sphere.
the sphere. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, the colored rings are that axes. And then
Mhm.
there's scale, which is what you were doing before in the little number thing.
Ye-
Yeah. And transform is just the handles do everything. It's all of those things together.
Ah, that makes sense.
And then there's stuff for just like measuring, and there's a dedicated add cube button because you need cubes all the time.
Because apparently.
Yeah, you use so many cubes.
Interesting.
If you have a cube selected, you can delete it using delete, or I think X on the keyboard.
Yep. X
X will do it.
X work.
Delete.
X work did.
A selects everything.
Mm.
So typically, when you start a Blender, you hit A, you hit X, you have a free empty space.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's clean, pure. No cube, no camera, no light. You don't have to.
I just don't know if I would necessarily say it's pure. I'm involved, so.
Uh-huh. Right.
Use like a picture of a forest or something with like a
Yeah, there's a skybox.
like a fence. Neat. I was like, what's it reflecting? Step 1, delete cube. Step 2, add cube. Okay. Now what?
Do you want to make your cubes one cube?
I'm sorry, what?
You want to mush your cubes together and make them so they're one object?
I mean, sure. Why not?
Yeah. Okay, so grab your cube, shove it inside the other cube.
Okay.
And
How
then
close do they have to be inside of each other?
well, you probably just want them to touch so that
How sensual does it have to be?
So you go up to the object menu and you hit join. And now cube is one cube.
No, it's not.
Well,
I
you
did something wrong.
didn't join them.
Well, I hit join though.
Did you have both selected? Both?
Probably not.
No. You joined something to itself.
There we go.
There you go.
Changed colors.
Because you've got one material.
You're one material. I don't know why I'm being combative. Don't ask.
I'm one material. All right. So now, let's do surgery on this grape. We're in object mode, which is like
I don't have my doctorate. I'm sorry.
the high level. You click on stuff and you kind of move it around. It's very general, and it's mostly just for looking at things. If you want to make changes to a thing, you go to edit mode, which is the drop down on the top left.
The thingy?
The thingy.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I think, yeah, it was sculpt mode that I was playing with the one time I played with it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So.
Extrude region. Gross.
Yeah. Extruding's the way. So now you can select in different ways.
Ew.
Next to the drop down for edit mode, there's 3 little buttons. There's like a square with a dot, a square with a line, and a square with a square.
Square dot. What am I looking for? I
Next
just
to where you drop down to hit edit
This?
mode. Yeah. And then,
Okay.
so there's a thing selected right there to the right. Just so, yeah.
Oh, are you talking about these
Those
three?
3 things.
Oh my god, you are so bad at describing objects.
It's a
Okay.
square with a dot, and then a square with a line, and then a square with a square.
Yep. Okay. Anyway, so there's these three things to the right of it,
Yeah.
and it's
Those are the 3 different,
select mode and another select mode
and another select mode.
Select mode.
These are to make your life easier.
Well, but I have to know what they do for them to make my life
One
easier.
lets you select a
Stop it.
dot. The one you have selected right now. So, like, you see all of the little corners, and they have a little dot.
Oh.
You can select those dots, and you can move them around.
Gotcha.
Try the like G just to move them around freely. Yes, there you go. You're moving it.
Oh, okay. So okay. Oh, all right. Interesting. Okay. That's okay. So that's how that works.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So the second one lets you select an entire edge. So the lines. And then you can move a whole
so
line.
select a line.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the other one is the face. So all of those like square shapes or triangle shapes. Like the surface.
Oh, okay. Like if it were the edge of okay. Okay. Neat.
And so you can select multiples of things. You can like hold down shift and click, I think, if you want to move stuff around.
I know that you can when I like click and drag, it'll make the
Same
box
thing.
that lets me like grab a bunch of shit.
Yeah. And so when you want to extend stuff off of.
Oh, and then like, okay, that works like that too.
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry, I apologize.
No, I'm just extrude is how you make more of a thing, and it'll be more of whatever thing you have selected. So you can make more points or more lines or more faces, right?
Where's that? Or how does that?
You were laughing at the extrude button before, weren't you?
Yeah, probably.
Extrude region.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extrude region.
It's just the E key.
Okay.
So if you select a face and then hit extrude, and then move the thing.
Oh.
So it's
so it takes a surface and it pulls it out or pushes it in directly.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Neat. Okay. Cool.
All right.
So is that how it works for these other two, is that you would...
Yes, you can extrude a dot. And see, it's just a line. You have to connect it to other ones to make a face.
Oh, okay. Okay. Neat. Got it. Okay, cool.
So one of the really handy things to do is if you want to go back to point mode.
I am on point mode?
Yep.
Question mark?
Just pick 2 points that are like along the same edge. Like just doot.
That, oh, whoops, sorry. Bleh, like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me find where it is in the drop down.
High mangled pixel.
So the drop down menu is mesh rather.
What?
From the top.
Say that. I apologize. Say that one more time.
The top menu, mesh.
Oh, you want me to go to mesh? Okay, yeah.
And then
got it.
merge.
What am I? There it is.
Yeah.
God damn.
Okay. So at center is directly between them.
Okay.
I believe. At cursor is where that little spiky circular thing that's at 0 is. Yeah,
This
that
thing?
thing. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember what collapse, but at first and at last are where you've selected. So if you just merge at center.
Okay. Whoa.
So if you have like
Neat.
stuff that's too complicated, basically, you can
Oh,
collapse it.
that would be like to basically like simplify a shape in case it's too
Yeah.
complex for.
Or if you have
Yeah.
like crap dangling out in the middle of nowhere, you can be like,
Mm,
and pull this back to where it is supposed to be.
gotcha. Okay.
Uh,
That seems relatively the same, so it must be, I don't know.
merge.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's right down there at home.
No, watch. I'm not going to do another 250 steps this hour. Thank you. What's by distance? Based on their proximity.
Yeah, you can just try these things out.
I mean, yeah. Well, I didn't do shit, apparently.
Just look it up in the manual later.
I'll look you up in the manual later.
Yeah, Megapixel's probably correct
2
that
points at center and collapse are the same. Yeah, that's kind of
because you
what
can select more.
Yeah, that's when I clicked on collapse, I was like, oh, I have a feeling that it would probably do something if it were like more than just the two of them. So like, okay.
Mhm.
Got it. So then what would happen? At center? Yeah. Okay. All right. Interesting.
Okay.
If you select all points and merge by distance, then you can merge down just the points that are close enough together. Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So let's go back down to the left-hand side, the tools that are in this mode.
Okay.
You've done extrude, which is the top one, and then there's
Mm-hmm.
inset faces, which is for making like just nicer edges on things, basically. Like you want to go in and then do your face thing. It's for the face mode.
Gotcha.
Really?
Oh, right. That would make sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
And bevel will, it's for moving the edges down around the face so that it kind of gradually curves, if that makes sense. Like if you're beveling the edge of like a table.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So they kind of do the same thing but a little different. One just makes a little smaller face that you can pull outside of the shape, and then the other one makes it so you can curve the edge.
Oh, okay, I see. Gotcha.
Yeah. Small
Cool.
face inside
Okay.
or edges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's loop cut.
Blue cut.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll get that line. That's just to select kind of what face you want, because after you click, it should. Oh no, I guess it just does it. There is a way to move it around, independent of the middle, but yeah,
So what is-
it adds new edges and points. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's it.
So it like
Yeah, you can move it.
it helps to like split up a surface.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the knife goes from an edge to an edge, or you can actually just kind of slice in the middle of nowhere. But Yeah, not quite like that. You don't have to like fruit ninja. You can.
Oh, I thought it would be fun. Okay,
There.
wait. Okay, so wait, how does the
How
okay,
does
no,
the knife?
legit, how does
You
the knife
have a knife
actually
and you can stab the thing to make new lines. Yeah.
Okay, right.
It's
No,
gonna try to snap to stuff.
right. That's like how do I make it
And then
do the
enter.
thing? Oh, okay. So I have to hit enter?
Yeah.
But, okay. Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
I don't know.
there's
What?
your shape's a little
I just,
complicated, so it's a
I
little harder
mean,
to understand what it
eh,
is. Uh
even if it's not, I'm just like trying to understand how. eh. Okay. Well, whatever. It's fine.
yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Uh what do I get? Polybuild? That seems complicated. Spin is if you want to repeat the pattern around a center. Like, if you want to make gears or something like that. It's okay that you're still twiddling.
Oh, no, I was just fucking with it. Okay, so you said, oh, gears. Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
Like if I'll show you on mine if
Did I have it just selected?
Whoops.
Wow.
I hit a hotkey while I had OBS selected, so now we get to look at that. Anyways. Right. Stuff. Just select. Just gonna move this object a little away and then got that face, and now I'll spin it.
Mm.
So it goes around the 3D cursor.
Oh, okay. Got it.
But you can do like, I don't know, multiple faces and then spin.
Do you... Is it... Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, neat. Oh, wormy.
Give me a little wormy.
Oh, little wormy.
Okay. So if you hit tab,
Yeah.
object mode. You hit tab,
Ew.
edit mode. Easy?
Yes.
That's how you use Blender. The end.
That...
It's actually break time.
You're weird. uh...
Are you ready to take a break?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll be back after
Sure.
these messages.
Messages?
Enjoy the bees. Welcome back, everybody, to Cantra Horses Club. It's Cat. Cat.
Hey, women.
Is Raven here to help?
No.
No.
Raven is only just sustaining this for long enough to say hello.
Oh, it looks pretty cozy.
Oh, Hey, yo, ma'am.
You want to get some nibbles?
Eventually.
Yeah.
I don't let her down. Blah, blah. Oh,
Oh, I
oh.
think she could do Blender. She's really smart.
She's pretty smart. I think she might be smarter than me. What do you think? Are you smarter than me? Okay.
She does have
I'll
a
let you
pretty
down. I'll let you
sweet,
down. I'll let you down.
sweet deal, you know.
Yeah. Her and her little belly. Yeah, that's right, ma'am. You got a belly.
Wow, rude.
Hey,
So Az and I are learning Blender.
we're trying.
We're trying.
I'm trying.
I am also trying.
I was gonna say Corey's succeeding, and I'm trying.
I have made this. Az has made this.
I deleted the thing I had before.
Good. I'm glad you know how to do that.
Not that stupid. I bet $5 a cat can learn enough Blender to animate a ball moving over the screen and then try to catch it.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
I feel like a cat would do that and then try to trick a dog into catching the ball just to, like, watch it whack its face into the...
Where are you gonna get a dog from?
No, a cat... I could borrow my friend's dog, Luffy. He's an idiot.
Okay.
Back with the cat.
So let's do some more fun, shall we?
Fun.
Yeah, that's right. I said fun.
Mm.
Yes,
doing.
that's
I don't
right.
know
I
what I'm
said
doing.
fun.
Excuse me.
Yeah. You in edit mode? Yeah. All right.
I am now.
If you right click on the boxy thing, you'll have some options in a menu.
When you say boxy thing, do you mean the box?
Yeah. I do.
Oh, okay. What are you asking me to do?
Right click on the box. Look at the menu.
Okay.
Yeah.
And?
Yeah, and the first option, if you have like one face selected, subdivide is cool. Yeah, it makes more boxes out of your box. Something you need to do a lot of, and there's a little... Oh my god. Okay, stop. No, go hit it one more time. Do it again. Yeah. Stop. So you see like there's like a timeliney thing for animation down at the bottom.
Yeah.
Above it, there's now a little box that says subdivide, and you can yeah. So you can actually modify what you've just done after doing it. So you can make more divisions on the face.
Okay.
Do not do too many or you will kill your machine.
Okay, but I'm having a problem here.
What?
In that I did it once and now it's not doing it again. Like okay.
Yeah.
Unselect all. That's what Bagel Pixel said. Okay, so I select this. I hit subdivide. Nothing's happening.
Can you hit B? That'll change your cursor.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oops. What?
What? I have no idea why your screen's doing that. I said hit B to...
This is what happened when I hit B.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I'm insane.
It worked once.
It's supposed to change your... Yeah. In the toolbar to the left, I just wanted you to go back to the mouse cursor one instead of the spin. So that it would simplify what we're looking at. There's a little square with a mouse cursor in it as on one of the buttons on the left
Okay.
at the top
Yeah. This thing?
above that.
No. Oh no,
Yeah.
you mean the
Yeah,
select.
see?
Oh, you wanted me to click the select box.
It's
Okay, yeah.
yeah, I know, right? Uh
Nope, it's not doing it though.
okay. So number of cuts you want to increase. Yeah.
It's not doing anything though.
I don't know why. I have the same thing happening.
Blender is just being a butt. I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, we've all just died. Those might be quads instead of normal flat faces. Maybe. That was a mistake.
Nope. Start from scratch. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Good job, me. There. Okay. Okay. Edit mode. Have select box. Click on a face. Click subdivide. There, worked. Okay. So then okay.
Yeah.
There we go. I just fucking deleted the entire cube and started over again.
That's what you gotta do.
Got it. Okay. Maybe you're losing your mind. Maybe it's free software. Not wrong. Okay. Exactly like WinRAR. Okay. Oh, still doesn't want to work on a second fucking.
Yeah, I don't know why.
No.
I'll start
The
looking up stuff for that later. I'm adding that to my
default cube may have issues. I wouldn't put it past it.
my notes.
That's fair.
I'll have to figure that out. Anyways, other fun stuff. You can like extrude faces. There are modifiers. I think going into object mode works with that more. Is it?
Morgoth, the problem was that we were trying to subdivide the sides of the cube, and it works once, and then when go to do again, it does not work.
Doesn't work on the other faces. Yeah.
It doesn't work on any of the other faces. It's just it'll work on the one, and that's it. So you were saying object mode works better for what now?
Oh, modifiers. So in the
That's never happened before. Excellent. We found a problem.
yeah, there's a little wrench on the right-hand side in your like tool thing.
This thingy?
Yeah, that thingy.
Oh, modifiers. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So you have your like thingamy selected. You can add a modifier. Let's say generate bevel.
Ah, okay.
So there are settings that it will show you. Yeah, and then you can apply it to permanently change your thing,
Ooh.
or just leave it as a modifier on top.
Explain what that meant. Now I'm not there. Okay.
If you
I'm
go
not
back
in
to the gear thing,
Yeah, I'm over here.
yeah,
What?
there's different buttons and stuff you can click on to make it a different bevel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right now it's not permanent.
Right.
You haven't actually done anything.
Okay.
This is like an effects thing, but you can make it permanent. Next to the little camera icon on the top row of the bevel thing, there's a little drop down.
This thing?
Uh, down a little bit to the right. Down a little bit. Yeah. See, do you see the little camera icon down there?
Oh, this. Okay.
Yeah. There's a little drop down, and you can hit apply, and that makes your bevel take. So if you go back to edit mode, there will be new geometry there.
Okay. Interesting.
There's just stuff in there for frequent things you want to do.
Sure.
There's also stuff in there for like combining things or making holes in things or doing like a mirror mode so that you don't have to, on symmetrical things, you don't have to model both sides at the same time and duplicate your work.
Okay.
And then there's a bunch of stuff for physics. Like making it floopy or make it fall, because
Oh, right. To act like
like a
varying-
thing, so that
Yeah.
you can set up a bunch of objects in a scene, hit go, and the physics will take over before you do your render. So if you want like a piece of fabric
Okay,
to like
yeah. I've seen
drape,
I've watched like a couple of videos of people like making stuff for fucking, but it's like usually like speedy thingies, like very like fast
yeah,
type of. But I've seen like a thing where like somebody puts like clothing on a model and then like it's physics makes a thing and then it goes push like clothing would clothing.
yeah.
Remesh is a fun one to use on a complex shape, allows you to make blocky voxely stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than adding multiple materials, that's kind of like it to start with until we actually like start doing something and playing around. Like, do you want to build a house? Do you want to build a friend?
Well, actually, so I did kind of have a thought of what I might have as an end goal, but I need an answer to a question first.
Yeah.
Is there a way for me to make something in Blender that can then be used as a thingy for 3D printing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't need to render and save a file. That's just the when you save your model, you'll want to select a file type that your printer can use.
Cool. Okay.
Because
Oh,
the
an
dot
STL
blend is
okay.
the default, but there are it does so many
It's
different
like,
file formats.
It's like exporting something in
Photoshop or whatever. Yeah.
to be able to be used in, other I got it. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, this is something you're going to remember actually, or you'll understand a little bit where this is coming from. So, Flamecraft, the board game that
Yeah.
we had played together, I had the thought that maybe I could Mangle Pixel, that is fair. I would be very careful to account for that. But I was thinking maybe if I just if I could just make like a really simple like bowl shape that has like sections to
Right.
hold the little foodie thingies as like a thing. I thought, and if it doesn't work out, whatever. But it was like the first thing that came to my mind because I have a friend that I could ask to help get it actually printed, and then I could have a little thingy, and that could be, and it seemed, very simple, making a bowl with sections. So I thought maybe that would be a decent okay goal.
Hmm.
I don't know. Uh, that was the first thing that came to mind. Um, yeah, mostly that.
So you want a bowl.
Yeah, I thought, because like obviously 3D printing, I don't know necessarily how to design for that outside of just thinking of it as an object that would get made. And I kind of understand, I do understand how 3D printers work. So like I kind of have an idea. Yeah, like, and I felt like maybe, a bowl is a pretty simple-ish shape, so I thought it would be doable. And then if I learned well enough, I could look at making it extra fancy in some way, like making the divider walls slightly curved instead of straight. I don't know, something. It's just like I wanted to just start very. I just wanted to aim for something very simple.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MC Escher things to print. Sokar, you are a bad influence.
Do you have like a sketch or something to work off of, or you just want to like get in
I
there?
mean, I don't have a sketch down on paper, but I have a sketch here. Just trust me, it's how my brain works, okay?
Yeah. All right. Let's try.
Excuse me. Okay. So,
Do you want to start with a circle?
I mean, probably, yeah.
Okay.
One would, I was gonna say one would assume I wouldn't want to try and start with a cube if I have the ability to start with a circle.
Yeah. Or a cylinder. You can start with a cylinder too.
That's true too. I feel like I'd probably like, I'd probably like maybe mesh a cylinder at the very bottom, like a really thin cylinder at the bottom to give it like a foot to sit flat
Yeah.
or something. I can think in 3D objects. Okay, now so here's the question is add cube, where do I get to add any other type of shape?
Uh, there's that add drop down at the top. The tool you have right now lets you sketch out shapes dynamically, and the add button just lets you drop a default in.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I see.
Yeah. So,
Right. Okay. Okay.
I'll start with cylinder.
Oopsie. No, I don't want to go. Plane, cube, cylinder, cone, monkey. Monkey.
Yeah. I think that monkey's name is Susan. It's the
Mm,
um, mascot.
of course. Fill type. Okay. I just okay. Okay. So many things. So many things. Uh. Well. Oh boy. Square.cube, I have no idea what you mean by that. Sue is their analog of the Utah teapot?
The Utah Teapot's 3D model of a teapot.
Okay.
It's just one of the first like complicated models that's not like a sphere.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it's actually a scan. I forget what the armadillo's called, but I know it's like from a Super Sentai series. Yeah, it was the Utah Teapot, the Stanford Bunny, and then that armadillo thing. You usually only see that if you're looking at like a SIG graph.
Well, okay then.
What's from the Sentai series? An
Sure is a
armadillo.
teapot.
It plays soccer.
Whoa.
What's up, Ez?
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay.
Nothing.
Alright, I'll leave you be then.
um, maybe. Nope. 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 Oh my goodness. Uh,
Yes.
oh, just laughing at the conversation in chat. Something about homomorphic spheres. I don't
It's
know.
topology jokes. So,
Okay.
um, if you reduce kind of a shape to sort of the idea of the shape, uh, like we've got like one outside surface on like our hands. So the difference between our hand and like a balloon is nothing because our hand could be a balloon shape if you like expanded it, right? Because it's all one surface. So you could make a cow a sphere or like a donut into a mug. Like they're equivalent just
Okay.
because they have the same sort of rules. Even though people think cows are tubes, everything's a donut.
Huh. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. It's like a volcano. Bleh. It's puking out its insides. Bleh. Bleh. Bleh.
Yep.
Humans are donuts. Got it. I have made a diamond. I did not mean to make a diamond, but here we are.
How many pieces are there in Flame? What's it?
Huh?
Flamecraft? How many pieces would you want in the dish?
Six.
The six.
I would want 6.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, so Kark. I saw a video of that of the geyser going off at Yellowstone. It was horrifying.
Where's my cube going? I'm trying to intersect or make a union between two objects, and it's just disappearing. Oh, maybe it's because I have 2 modifiers on. Maybe that's why. Cube, Boolean. This is upsetting.
Has anyone in chat actually ever been to Yellowstone before? I'm curious. Nice. My family and I went there a couple of times when I was little because we would drive from like Texas or New Mexico up to Canada a lot, and sometimes we would stop and go to Yellowstone. It'd been several years since I've been there, but I still I still remembered it well enough that when I saw the videos of that one of the geyser going off, I was like, "Oh, I remember walking on that. I remember this area." That's fun. That's fun to remember that kind of a thing as you watch something explode.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I could have died. This is one of those cases where okay. Yeah. Makes sense. Just don't think about super volcanoes. I wasn't until you said that. Now I definitely am, and I'm uncomfortable. No, Corey's making the bowl I had talked about earlier. And I
Ball.
don't know.
Sorry, I was reading documentation while you talked about Yellowstone.
Mm.
So I made a cylinder. I intersected it with a little squat sphere to make a bowl shape, and then I spun a cube around to make the dividers in the dish. And now it's hideous. Look at this garbage. Right here. That thing. Gross. And I was trying to look if there was a way to make it nicely like remesh or simplified, but it was not playing nicely. So I might just manually go in and fix these faces. Ooh, especially now that I have tea. Okay. Come over here, you. That's right. Okay. That's still gross, but there are fewer dingle dongles. That didn't work. How many of these are there? Oh, God. non-triangle mesh, I should be able to retopple the object. I can try that as soon as I'm done these last three. Because that'll at least help with some of the faces. I'm just gonna do it slowly, not even hotkeying. For stuff like this, would it be useful for me to display like my keyboard presses and stuff? Hat, 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 hat. I should save. Well, I'm working. Not in my documents. This goes in Horse Club.
Oh, hello, Adam.
What? Seabats! Adam! Hello, gamers. What's up, C-Chat? We're trying to learn Blender, and right now the project is making a little token dish for a game called Flamecraft. It has lots of little baggies full of tokens that maybe cats would like to eat.
And you have to exchange them a lot.
It's like a worker placement and resource game. But the tokens are all special shaped and not just little cubes.
Well, the ones that'll go into the eventual dish thingy are circles.
Mm.
So that helps. But yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
hold down...
Yeah,
Whoa!
no, at this point I've just been fucking around because I
No.
don't know what I'm doing.
No. Hold down Alt and select a point.
What? No, I was just fucking around. I was just
Uh,
fucking around by fucking around with the
so
stuff.
you don't want to know
I
anything.
no, that's not what I was saying. I just what are you asking me to do with alt? I don't what?
So hold Alt and select a point.
Okay.
Try one of the ones on the outer edge. Let's.
Ah, da. Okay. Am I supposed to hold alt
Yeah.
or
There you go.
okay. Okay. What am I doing?
Like select one of the like the edges. That's
I thought that was an edge.
there.
Are
That.
you talking?
Yeah, I'm talking about that.
Okay.
So now you've got a bunch of points selected. It's just a way to select points that follow a line. So you can select a bunch of them, and then sorry, Square.cube. What has to be in edge mode? Are you in both face and edge mode? How is this working?
It keeps forcing me to pick both. I try to I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I just keep it does stuff and I try to make it not do this stuff, but then it does it anyway and yeah. What? Okay.
Welcome back, everybody. Can't Draw Horses Club.
Hi, I'm fine, I promise.
As is fine, they promise.
I'll just sound gross and look gross.
Never has Az been more disgusting.
No, that's definitely not true.
Well, I don't know. Like, okay. The entire reason I'm doing Can't Draw Horses Club is because it sucks and it's scary to do stuff.
Yeah.
And then also doing it alone is worse. Especially when you're like floundering and you don't know what to do. Like you don't even know where to look. Allergies. Yes, it's allergies.
Yep, definitely allergies.
Super allergies. Oh no, you're allergic to Blender.
Oh god.
Oh no.
That's a problem.
It's unfortunate that we're doing this every week for the rest of the month.
If you can stand me.
Oh, you're poking at stuff?
I made it like a what is the word? Oh my god, I can't remember the word I'm trying to remember.
All right, we're gonna show the audience, then they can decide what word.
Funnel.
You made
That
a
was the
funnel.
word I made a funnel. God damn, brain. Oh, that hurts. Okay.
Try not to laugh.
Shut up.
Just don't do it.
Words are hard. Roulette wheel from the top.
Oh yeah.
What the fun and funnel?
This is just a little tiny hole for it to balance on. So cute.
Not tiny now. Look how big it is.
Look how big it is. That's the other thing. We haven't really talked about like what scale things are at.
Yeah.
Each of those squares is a meter.
Okay, but I'm American, so what's a meter?
Maybe we need to change the. You know what? I'm not gonna tell you how to change it. You have to learn. It's increments of 100.
A yard, thank you.
It's 3.34. I know that because I'm Canadian. We have to learn these things.
Yeah,
I don't know what a mile is. Don't ask me what a mile. It's like 5,000 something feet. Isn't that right?
If I'm being honest, I don't even remember that. 5,820. 5,280. We have two
We
different
have
answers
two
in chat.
different
This is
answers.
not okay.
There's a West Coast mile and an East Coast mile. The miles inside your house are bigger than everyone else's.
Oh god, this is that. Oh, I can't remember. PJ and I were trying to remember a 4-digit number, and he remembered one, and I remembered another, and he got the numbers mixed up in a similar fashion. Anyway, yards. I have a lesser case of math brains.
Yeah. Tragic.
What
It's
is
no
the
recovery.
opposite of that?
Oh, it's what I have. Dyscalculia. It's like dyslexia, but for numbers.
No, I know what dyscalculia is.
Well, you could, I don't know, have it. I don't know.
I mean, I probably to a minor degree, yes.
It goes along with a lot of brain
But
stuff.
also, math is the reason why I lost my college scholarship. So math can
Oh,
shove it up its butthole for all I
yeah. Shove it, math.
care.
Sorry to inform
Actually-
you, but everything we're doing today is math.
No. Any better? I can't get sign convention right.
In what way are you messing up your signs? You know negative is negative.
I don't even understand. I mean, like, I understand because of the context but if you had just said sign convention at me, I would be like, what is that?
Numbers above 0 and numbers below 0.
Do dyscalculus impale numbers?
Don't.
Minus D is north.
Different programs put the
In
axes in different directions. Sometimes Y is up. That's like video games. Sometimes Z is up. That's some modeling software. So sometimes when you export stuff, you have to make changes when you import it, or at some point a conversion has to happen so that it faces up the right way. You're not all just like walking around horizontally.
And the programs are wrong. Good job, Sokar.
Then we get into like left and right hand winding, which is, yeah, unfortunately, I didn't lose my scholarship and I had to take math. And then I took the special math that's just for drawing things on the computer.
I was so first college, because I went to an art college and then also dropped out of that for different reasons. But the first college that I went to, I had like 101 math, like the basicest of basics. And my college professor, or I guess the way that the class worked was that you had to have a passing grade, but then also you had to have like like you could have a passing grade the entire year, and if you failed the final, you failed the class. So what happened was I went into the final very, very, very sick. And I did very bad.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hey prof, hey, I failed my test, which means I failed a class. And if I fail a class, I lose my scholarship because I have to pass all of my classes in the first semester to keep my scholarship after the first semester. If I pass all my classes in the first semester, then I keep my scholarship, and I can fail classes later, but not the first semester. So I told her this, and she basically said, tough titties. And I was like, cool. So then I did one other semester after that, and realized just how much I was spending on trying to go to college without a scholarship. And I was just like, fuck this shit, and I bounced.
Yeah. No, I hit burnout really hard because, like, the requirements for the degree conflicted with the diploma I had taken. So I had all of, like, the first year sciences, the extra stuff. Like, I was full on science credits, but I
Mhm.
still had to take, like, earth science and Psych 101. And I failed both of those. I got super sick. I had pneumonia. I
Oh, hey,
didn't
sounds familiar.
reschedule my labs. And
Mhm.
then I tried to go to my psych midterm and I passed out on the way.
Oof.
I was like
Oh, that
in
sucks.
transit. I made it out of the train station and then to like the student hospital. And then had to have it laid down. And then I missed the exam and I
Oh,
didn't get a
gee.
sick note and so I had no proof
Damn.
that I'd had a bad time and wasn't just.
Oh,
But at the same time,
that.
I also really, really didn't care because it was costing me a lot
Yeah, that's fair.
and I
That's
wasn't
legit.
making any money and I wasn't doing the thing that I could do already because I already had like 5 years experience.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That so the second college that I did, so I did one semester, which was like the fall semester, and then I did the spring semester, and then I had a summer semester at an art college that I was going to try going to, like, in regular semester times afterwards. But that college made me immediately hate being an artist.
Oh,
Because it didn't matter how much, like, personal experience that you have, like what kind of credits you had in high school or anything, like what kind of art classes you took. You had to start at basic art. Like, and I'm talking like I was being taught things that I had known since I was 5. Color theory and things like that. This is what I get for being raised by an artist.
yeah.
Uh and so, like, having to go back to the basics and not being, like, allowed to, like, just having, like, forcing myself into this position where I'm being talked to like a child. And I was just like, I hate this. I hate this. I didn't want to draw in my off time. I just, like, I was just like, this is the worst. And so after that one semester, I was just like, nope, nope, we're good. We're good. We're gonna go get a job and we're gonna reassess.
Hmm.
Art school, where art is do it exactly like this. Yeah, honestly. Early exit exam? No. I wish. That would have been nice.
Yeah.
I had taken an art class at the college, like the regular human college. um I had taken an art class there, and the lady the lady would grade our art on a, like, F to A scale, which, if most art classes, like, when it's something that's very subjective, like your art, it's, did you do the thing or did you not do the thing?
Mm-hmm.
And, sometimes you can include, like, this was clearly half-assed, so you get a lower grade or whatever. But, like, she was, like, detailed in the numbering system, and she expected everything to have a uh like, reason behind, like, a meaning. Like, she was that type of person who would go into a museum and be like, but what does this make you feel? Like, she was like that type of person. And so, like, some of my pieces that I did while I was in that class was, I did a pencil and charcoal drawing of a couple of foxes that were sitting in a forest. I did a drawing of a dragon surrounded by fairies, and like, a bunch of other stuff. And every single time I would turn in the piece, she would be like, "What is the meaning of this piece you have submitted?" And
And
I'm like, "Dragons are pretty, and I like fairies." D.
It's kind of the Let's Note school of art.
Pretty much. uh, there's no meaning, you dumbbell. Yeah, right.
I don't know. Yeah, like professional artists that exhibit and stuff do have to spend a lot of time thinking about kind of what they want to communicate and how to show it.
Hmm.
So like it's not
Yeah,
it's
like-
not like pretentious to be like, this is loss. No, it's not. That's a bad example.
Not
That's
lost.
that's
It's a bad.
that's a bad example. This is
Very bad.
joy. This is you know, the a specific memory I had, and just because it's a red square on a wall.
I think the problem is that there needs to be a happy medium, right? Like, yes, obviously there's, especially when I look back at it as an adult, um, I
Doing the work there.
like
with those.
I can understand at a glance like what she was trying for, but like also, Lysander, no, bad, Lysander, no. But like at the same time, I was like, yeah, but also sometimes you just want to make something that looks pretty, and that can be okay too. You know, especially if you're a student. You know, and
Yeah.
she didn't say like make something that evokes the emotion of blah 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 blah. It was
Yeah.
just like, you know, our assignment today is doing something with pencil, doing something with this paint, doing something with, you know, a physical medium or whatever. Oh god, the abstract assignments were the worst because it's just like, why did you do all of these weird things? And I was just like, because it looks pretty.
Yeah. And if you have like clients, they might just want, I like fairies, and then
Yeah.
you draw the fairies for them, and then
Yeah.
they're happy and you're happy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they're there for different reasons.
Mm-hmm. I will say that like that is something I personally have struggled a lot with just as an artist, is the concept of creating art that is meant to evoke emotion.
Yeah.
Like, that's never something that's really been the way that my brain works. Like, I've never really like just gone off of like a make this feel like something, I guess. If that makes sense.
But you're probably like, oh, I want this to be comfortable, so I'll have like fire and blankets.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's fair. It definitely like but like it being made to seem like that was like a really, really important thing by someone who was a college professor when I was a young age, it was not super great for my my mentality of my art, because it was very much like a, if your art doesn't have meaning, then it is meaningless, and it's just like that's not a good thing to teach young artists at all. Like,
No.
yes, you can create art that has meaning, but that should not be a requirement to make art.
I had art teachers that were just like, no anime.
Oh God.
Because, you know, it was popular in the 90s, and then
Yeah.
after, and everyone was drawing Goku. But
Yeah. Yeah. College professors were very anti-anime, but my my high school art teacher was like so cool. He just did not care. He was just like, yeah, whatever. I think. Do you remember? Do you remember D and Angel? I think I had made this like really big painting that was based off of D and Angel when I was in high school. I still don't understand how my art teacher was just like, yeah, this is whatever. I mean, he was a cool dude. I'm not invalidating him because anime can still be good art. But yeah, it was very this. You noted this entire art style, and also I am teaching art makes brain hurt. Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
As like a general art teacher, not just like, oh, this is my photography class, no anime.
Yeah, no, that would be a little weird.
That's fine.
I mean,
To a degree.
to a
Because,
degree.
Because, you know, if you want to do makeup and cosplay to look exactly like an anime character, that would be a valid photography assignment thing.
That is true.
Yeah.
I never did anime, but I did pause VCRs to draw like Space Ghost and Taria and shit. I think I did that with anime.
Digimon? It was Digimon, wasn't it?
Well, okay, so yeah, Digimon was the first anime that I drew like a lot of because me and two of my friends were very obsessed with it all at the same time, and so it was like I was, 13. Wait, hold on. Eh, eh, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall.
Oh!
Oh,
Yeah, the babies.
bye.
The babies.
But yeah, like literally, I think I still somewhere have like some of my 13-year-old drawings, and it was literally like the exact thing that you expect people who are a child to do, where it was like you make yourself and then you draw them with the people. And so it was like me, there was a version of me and a version of one of my and there was a version for each of one of my other friends. And then we like had, like we were like we would draw art and do stuff and play pretend of being in the Digimon world and having Digimon and stuff like that. So that was
I
where
was too
that's my
much
art
of a
started.
coward. I would try
Oh,
to
why
draw
are
stuff
you
and it would
coward?
not look perfect, and so I would get frustrated and upset and then not do that again.
Mm. You don't have to at me that hard about it, damn. Uh,
So yeah, I mean, I lost like 30 years ago, so
you you lost?
lost. I lo-
Why?
I failed. I gave up.
Because you didn't fully give up because you have the show now.
So that I can be less of a coward,
Yes.
even though it's still scary.
This one. Yeah, no, but I say a version of myself. I drew a version of myself. It's always been I draw a version of myself because I don't draw myself because in a similar fashion I never have really like, you know, connected.
Hmm.
I don't This is actually something that I've done exercises of to try and kind of like view myself as myself, I guess, if in a weird
Kind of
way.
just on your own,
Yeah, where I just
or
like
was
draw
it
my
like your therapist was like, maybe try
No,
this?
no, just like
Yeah.
on my own. Just I have, I mean, like I am a large human, and I've come, there was a lot of self-hate when I was younger and all that kind of stuff, and I didn't particularly enjoy my body and I didn't enjoy being fat, but I've gotten to a point where I am okay with the size of my body. But when I look at myself in the mirror, it's still weird. Like it's like there's like a weird like I don't look at I don't feel like I look like I see myself in my head. And so when I was younger, I'd always just draw like the type of person that I wanted to be or the type of person that I wanted to view myself as and stuff. Yeah. It's odd that you can have like a lot of like body positivity but still not enjoy seeing your own reflection at the same time.
Yeah, those two feelings are not exclusive.
No.
It's-
Yeah. So like I've actually like just as like an exercise, I've just sat and there was one time I drew what I thought I looked like, and then I drew myself based off of a photo of myself, and then like just to see like kind of how those two things sort of interpreted. And then after I drew myself off the photo, I drew myself a third time based off of having seen the photo.
right.
It was, I don't know, it was an interesting exercise at the very least. I don't know if what I necessarily took away from it, but
Yeah. I don't know. In high school, I was definitely like jealous of people who had like cartoon versions of themselves that they could draw.
mm,
Like
I'm
when I look in
jealous
the
of it
mirror,
now.
when I look in the mirror, I see myself like I always have. It's just been me. It's just like a continuous thread of me. But when I think about myself, it's just kind of a blob.
Mm. Yeah, no, that's legit.
Corey's a blob, so Corey doesn't have any distinguishing features. So what do I draw when I'm trying to like, even as a caricature of myself,
Hmm.
right?
Well, like if you like in a lot of manga, um, especially like when I was younger, the people who were drawing the manga would have little like
Yeah,
like small little things where like they would draw themselves talking to the audience or interacting with their own characters because it was
yeah.
cutesy and
You get
funny,
the
and you
little
would
author's
see.
notes.
Yeah, and you would like see how they would draw themselves, and it was really funny to see like how varying people interpreted themselves because sometimes people would be, you know, somewhat detailed and realistic to themselves, and I think one time I just saw there was somebody who, and it was a femme person, which totally makes sense, honestly, where it was just basically like a blob with glasses or something like
Yep.
that.
Yeah. I think I've mentioned before. Moyoko Anno. She's married to Hideaki Anno, but she draws some like really beautiful work. And then her image of herself, what you see in Insufficient Direction, is a baby, just a little baby with a diaper and the glasses. Is yeah,
Yeah, and then like a lot of people who will draw their own like profile pictures or whatever.
mm-hmm,
Or people who have comics that are based around their own life.
yeah. Like it
Wow.
when I had Kevin Budnick
Oh.
on Knitted Sweater, they do journal comics, and I gave it a go in my sketchbook, and I actually
Mhm.
liked how it turned out. Because I'd never actually tried to just draw like a down to earth view, even simple
Mhm.
of just like stuff around my day.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a trend that sometimes artists will do where it's like you draw a drawing for every hour.
Yeah, there's also an hourly comic day kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's where it started, I think. Yeah.
yeah.
But I've seen some people who've done it outside of that, I think just because they enjoy the process or something. I don't know. It's interesting.
It's a challenge. It's like a game jam.
Yeah. I always feel like if I were to do that though, it would be just like hour one, I'm sitting on the couch doing drawing or crocheting and watching YouTube. Next hour, same drawing. Next hour, same drawing. Next hour, I eat lunch. Next hour, same drawing from earlier because that's all I do all day.
But then you can draw stuff that you saw on the TV. You can pause it and draw your Digimons or your Yu Yu Hakushos,
You're a Yu
your Dungeon
Hakusho.
Meshies.
Hakusho. I have been doing dungeon meshies.
Yeah,
Thank you
for the
very
Desert
much.
Bus, there's a reprint
Uh-huh.
on T-shirts. So Az has been doing promotional art of the T-shirts as like Dungeon Meshi meals,
Mm-hmm.
which I've had questions about. I've fielded. They're like, "What's the deal with this?" I'm like, "It's Dungeon Meshi. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry
Don't
about
worry
it.
about it."
Yes, bus is always coming. Either bus is here or bus is coming. It is a perpetual state. It is never anything else.
Or there's always Desert Bus South, which never ends.
This is true. What do you mean you've had many questions, Sokar? Like what?
Like, where can I watch this cool anime?
Somebody do something. Scream. Ah,
No, that's the Adam line. The somebody do something.
I know.
Yeah.
Gluing gold leaf?
Iris of Ether is making like a little mist
Mm.
diorama inside of a book.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what the gold leaf is for, and not just for fun. Just so you can glue gold to yourself.
So saying one of the questions was who is drawing these monstrosities, and now that is answered. I mean,
You kind of answered your own question with the question in the way that you worded it. Who drew these monstrosities? I don't know. Who do you think? Who draws monstrosities? This bitch. Yeah, so last year, what did we do last year? Oh, the Canadian Minute thing.
Heritage Minutes?
Heritage Minutes, thank you. My God, brain.
That's
Yeah,
another
we
thing
did
I need to cut out to have like a
we did like
photograph.
ooh yeah.
Yeah.
We did like Heritage Minute type posts for every single shirt, and so PJ was like, "Hey, what do we want to do for the reprints this year?" And I immediately had the thought of what if we made them look like they were from Delicious and Dungeon, and PJ was just like, "Yeah, that sounds like a great idea." And so then I was like, "Cool." And then I just kind of yeah. I took every single one of those shirts is based off of a real photo, not the parts where they're cut open and stuff. That was me editing afterwards. But like, I actually took my own Desert Bus shirts. This is something that audience won't know otherwise. I actually took my own Desert Bus shirts from those actual years, and I like folded them up, or I would like wad them up, put them inside of a thing. Like, there's photos on my phone. There's photos of my phone
Of a t-shirt and a bread
of a
pan.
t-shirt inside of a bread pan. Yep.
Or rolled up like a burrito.
Uh-huh. Sitting on top of
In a bowl of soup. Yeah.
so I took those photos, and then I just like I used them basically as references, and so like I traced over them. Oh no, who cares? But like, yeah, like I did that, and then I did all the artsinesses of it.
Sorry if you're watching on YouTube, because the pre-orders are not going to be going when this vlog goes
No,
up.
sorry, it ends
But you can still enjoy the art from
tomorrow.
like the Desert Bus Twitter account.
Mm-hmm. And there's a post with everything on Instagram. Now all of the arts, including a combination art that I made of a little bit of everything.
Does your
That's why the
Instagram
wrinkles
have
look natural. Yes.
have stuff?
My art,
Have you?
my Instagram? No, I have. I was thinking about posting them to my Instagram.
You should post them to your Instagram.
I should probably post them on my
Your
Instagram.
Instagram
Yes,
as Relorn _art.
And yes, that is in fact why all the wrinkles looked so natural, and why the designs that are on the shirt look like they are actually on it, and not just me very haphazardly attempting to make them look like it's on there. I honestly, doing that was such a time saver.
Oh, photo reference?
Yeah, like taking the photos of the actual shirt, so I didn't have to try and put a lot of effort into figuring out how the shirts would fold and how they would and where the design would be, blah blah blah. Yeah. I was quite proud of myself.
I know it's a little early, but should we end?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can end.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry.
Mm-hmm.
It's breakfast time.
Breakfast? It's 3:45. Post the reference photos on IG. Yeah, okay, I could do that too.
Yeah, please, before and after.
Yeah. I can do that on my art Instagram. I'll work on having some before and after photos.
Good. All right. Thank you, Az, for being here today, and for everyone else who's watching, who followed and supported on twitch.tv/loadingreadyrun, or became a member on YouTube, or left a comment, or threw some money at our Patreon, patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. It's how this do.
It how do be.
Mhm.
This.
Yep. We'll be back next time with more.
And I'm gonna study in between then.
We're all gonna be so much better next week at this program, specifically. Blender. Part 2.
Electric boo. Go. No.
Gotta go.
No.
No. Bye. Bye.
Bye.